Was a boy, can you say something? I'm back over to it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you always watch the full video.
Hello. I know you know what's going on and why you were here. Okay? I know you were talking on the phone with your husband right now. We're investigating a murder. Okay?
This is Ermelinda Palomo, a 50-year-old woman. She's about to realize that in less than 24 hours, her fiancé has become involved in a brutal and complex murder case. On September 17th, the Romeoville police in Illinois received two separate calls. The first was from Rihanna, who reported that she had been trying to contact her sister, Zoraida Bartolome, but hadn't heard back from her or her husband, Alberto Roland. A short while later, Zoraida's mother called the police with a similar concern.
I'm calling for my daughter, Zoraida Bartolome. She lives on Concord Avenue, Romeoville, Illinois, and we haven't heard from her or her husband or her children during the whole day. No answering the phone. If somebody can go by the house and check them.
Bro, you
the
unalive
husband,
your
they told him
sister-in-law?
his work that he didn't show up to work.
Family, bro?
And he never, he's always at work.
A short while later, the police arrived at the couple's home on the 500 block of Concord Avenue to conduct a welfare check.
It'd be crazy when it be the people closest to you, dog. That's when it be extra crazy.
No one answered the door, and there were no signs of movement inside the house.
Hey, I got a TV knocked over and a coffee table knocked over.
Nothing in this room.
I'm saying the lights are off. It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday.
And no, there's lights on in the back room. You can see it through that second.
Go in the backyard real quick.
When the officers entered the backyard and decided to go in through the porch, they found something they weren't prepared for.
Yeah. This one's open. Oh God.
I need more units here. Hold this.
Yep.
You with me. You guys hold the front, okay? From a position of cover, please. I don't know if anybody's in there or not.
You got another door right here.
Corey, come up here, cover this door. This window. Fuck, this lights is dead. God damn it. Doors open. Alright. Romeo, please, anybody here? Move on, move on. Romeo, please, anybody here?
Body.
Alright.
Inside, police discovered a horrifying scene, the bodies of an entire family. Alberto Roland, 38, Zoraida Bartolome, 32, and their two young sons, 9-year-old Adriel and 7-year-old Diego, had all been shot to death with a 9mm gun. Even the family dogs had been killed.
Quiet couple. They kept to themselves. They maintained their yard. I never saw the...
To unalive a whole family, bro, yo, you can't have no human decency, bro. No human kind. It's like no remorse. It's a whole family. I see, like not like that, but like, hey, get into it with somebody, you and this one person, things happen. But a whole family, kids
out front. I only heard them in the back.
Especially when
the
this
police
is a
investigation began immediately.
Like
This couple had no criminal history, no financial or work-related issues, and had just bought this home in April of the same year to start a new life. Zoraida worked for an engineering company in Glendale Heights, while her husband was employed at a local liquor distribution company.
Investigation leads police to believe this happened between 9 p.m. on Saturday and 5 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Investigators found shell casings from a 9mm pistol, overturned furniture, and abandoned spray-painted profanity, an attempt to stage the crime as random. Alberto, awake during the attack, was shot in the hallway while trying to reach his family. The intruder gunned him down before killing Zoraida and their sons as they slept. With no murder weapon in the house, it was clear this was a targeted attack, not a murder-suicide.
And Romeoville police still very tight-lipped about a possible motive for the violence.
Detectives questioned Zoraida's co-workers and uncovered a crucial lead. She had been receiving threatening messages for weeks, warning that her life and her family were in danger. They also learned that Zoraida had been secretly involved with a co-worker, Nathaniel Huey Jr., 32, for nearly 4 months.
Like
Her husband,
cop.
Alberto, was aware, but had agreed to stay for the sake of their children. The threat started shortly after Zoraida began seeing Nathaniel, escalating over time as she ignored them. The messages warned that she, her children, and Nathaniel were in serious danger. A week before the murders, Alberto also started receiving similar threats.
So, what can you tell us?
With mounting evidence, Nathaniel Huey Jr. became the prime suspect, the man behind the threats and the brutal murders. Detectives quickly tracked him down at his workplace and brought him in for questioning.
Are you married?
Yeah, but not paper. Yes, but we're not
Together.
So like church married, but not paper married? I gotta ask, do you have anything to do with this? Okay. You know I have to ask, and you know that your number is going to be in her phone, and we're going to find your text messages, and we're going to find that stuff, and I want to get a surprise later on that you guys are fighting, or that there was something going on between you two, or the three of you that I don't know about, you know? Nothing like that?
Nobody was threatening anybody. We weren't fighting. Very shit, like fucking angel, you know what I'm saying? Sweet girl.
I don't know. I mean, did she ever tell you, I'm worried, I'm scared of my husband, or I'm worried, I'm scared of a neighbor?
He didn't seem threatening. The reason we were really taking everything really slow is because he just seemed like he was a pretty nice, easygoing guy, but just kind of one of those things of she's not happy.
When you say you guys were gonna move forward, so were you guys actively?
What more likely would happen if it happened? She was cheating with him because her current situation was probably going on a rocky stage. Sadly, things happened. Then things got back on path, or she was like, you know what? I'm not going to continue doing this. I'm going to work things out with my baby daddy. And then he felt butthurt about that.
Looking to try to get a place together or something?
Yeah, it was slow. Just kind of it's only a couple of months kind of thing. So
yeah.
Nathaniel and Zoraida's relationship had grown intense. According to witnesses, they saw each other as soulmates. Investigators also found love notes written by Zoraida in Nathaniel's workspace, further confirming their deep connection.
Like I said, nothing against my wife, man. But just a different connection with someone.
Yeah.
I just felt really strong.
Detectives knew there was more to Nathaniel's story, and they were certain he knew something crucial. The day before the incident, Nathaniel left work earlier than usual and didn't return after the incident. Nathaniel's stepdaughter described him as paranoid, saying this behavior had only intensified in the weeks leading up to the murders. He often claimed that specific people or organizations were following him and even went as far as protecting his digital devices from being monitored. Another suspicious detail was Nathaniel's business, and he owned a registered security services company that gave him access to various security equipment. Later that afternoon, on September 18th, after speaking with Nathaniel, the police headed to the Opon house. They planned to speak separately with his fiancée to see if they could find any more leads.
I know you know what's going on and why you were here. I know you were talking on the phone with your husband right now. We're investigating a murder. We have in our possession some phones, okay? And in those phones, we're doing what is called a phone dump. We can retrieve those messages.
Okay.
We have retrieved those messages, all right? We've read them. We're pretty clear that somebody's pretty upset at the victim, okay? Is there any way that these text messages are going to come back to you? Or your name or your phone or anything associated with that? Okay. Why are you scared?
She did it?
Oh, I'm not scared. Why?
Okay. Why are you scared right now?
Because when I called him, because I was scared, I didn't know where he was. Okay. He said, someone's following me.
Okay.
So I called. And then I heard him say, why are you following me? Do you want to search the car? And then someone said to him, there are messages from you, and it's because her husband found out you were having an affair. And I didn't know that.
You didn't know what?
That he was having an affair.
Okay. When did you find that out? Right now?
Just right now.
Okay. When's the last time that he had an affair? Because I know this is not the first time.
No, it's not.
Okay?
Damn.
When's the last time you knew him?
That nigga said, I noticed that the first time, bro. Damn.
When we first started dating.
2015?
2015 to maybe 17.
What about a man by the name of Alberto?
He gave you the warning sign right there that he was gonna cheat again. Sometimes when a person cheat on you and then you accept it or you accept them back or you don't 100% just cut them off, they're gonna do it again because you accepted it. That means it's okay. That's in their mind. It's okay.
Rolon?
Have I ever heard of a man?
Yeah.
No.
So when we asked your husband if he knew this person, Zoraida, he said, I've never heard that name. Why would he be lying to us?
I don't know. I don't know.
Should I believe him?
I don't know.
What I would like to ask you is, on either Friday or Saturday night, did he go out with his friends?
No.
Did he work?
Friday night, no, he was with me.
Saturday night.
Oh.
No.
Ermelinda claims that Nathaniel was at home on Friday and Saturday night and couldn't have left the house. She says her daughters are witnesses to this and can confirm it.
What we're asking for is consent to get the text messages off your phone between you and her, to Snapchat or whatever it is between you, so we have both sides of it. Trying to eliminate you as a suspect, but...
It's on the computer, right? You can get it out of the computer.
No, we have to take the phone, we plug it in, we take it out.
He like, you gotta take my phone?
The most important evidence the police currently have are the text messages. These could provide crucial information once the sender and the full story are revealed. The police asked Nathaniel for permission to search his phone and to collect a DNA sample.
How about this? How about I come see you guys later today after work or something like that? Because
they gave him time
I
to
got
try to delete
fucking
things.
other shit in there that I don't necessarily want you to be like looking at. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. But again,
I promise you, I don't care what you look at.
No, it's not like fucking like freak shit.
When questioned by police about the threatening messages to Zoraida and Alberto, Nathaniel claimed
he finna try to go delete pictures, text messages. So it looked like she said certain things and he didn't say certain things. His search history, if he searched up certain things, bro, they can pull up all of that.
he had no knowledge of them and there was no evidence linking him to the messages.
I don't mean any disrespect. I promise you that. I'm just saying, like, I think it's just better if, at this point, not speak to a lawyer. This is insane.
It's crazy. Yeah, I get you. No, I get you.
However, he had another story to tell. He explained that he too had been receiving similar threatening messages for a long time from unknown individuals who were constantly following and threatening him. Nathaniel claimed the messages were from a Bulgarian mafia group who allegedly monitored his every move, even his phone, and knew every detail of his life. As the investigation continued and messages on his phone were examined, to the surprise of the detectives, everything Nathaniel said seemed to be true. This became the most puzzling moment of the case for the detectives. Was there truly a dangerous gang behind all of this? Or had Nathaniel cleverly fabricated the evidence to cover his tracks and avoid getting caught?
All you gotta do is get another phone and text yourself.
Ermelinda Palomo. Palomo, who was named as a person of interest, together with her fiancé, the suspect, traveling down to Oklahoma just days before 4 bodies were found in a Romeoville home.
Security footage revealed a shocking detail. Both Nathaniel and Ermelinda had stopped outside the victim's home. Nathaniel exited the car briefly before getting back in, this time in the passenger seat. Ermelinda had been driving the entire time. The next day, Nathaniel and Ermelinda fled the city without notifying the police. Before leaving, Ermelinda sent a message to her family confessing that she was terrified of Nathaniel but felt she had no choice but to go with him. She pleaded with them to take care of her children. Alarmed by her message, her family quickly reported her as a missing and endangered person. Soon, their photos and the news of their disappearance spread across the media. On September 20th, nearly 600 miles from home, police tracked Nathaniel's SUV using his phone and a license plate reader. They were spotted at a Walmart.
She might be scared. Never mind. I want to say she don't seem scared, but then again, you never know. Being in this position, you might feel like where are you going to go, and especially until he's captured. So therefore, never know.
In Catoosa, Oklahoma, casually shopping for toiletries and leaving the store with smiles. Local authorities were alerted immediately and rushed to the scene. When officers attempted to stop Nathaniel's SUV, he and Ermelinda quickly got in and fled. A high-speed chase ensued, ending when their vehicle crashed into another car and then a concrete median. The SUV caught fire, and gunshots rang out. Ermelinda, wounded, managed to crawl out of the passenger seat and was rushed to the hospital. Inside the car, police found Nathaniel dead. He had shot himself.
Oh.
Despite being taken to the hospital alive, Ermelinda didn't survive. For a year after the incident, police continued their investigation, determined to uncover the truth behind the threatening messages and the supposed gang controlling Nathaniel. In 2024, they finally found their answer. The mastermind behind it all, the messages, the fake personas, the paranoia, was none other than Ermelinda. Since 2021, she had been creating fake online accounts, posing as hackers, hitmen, and gang members, all feeding Nathaniel a carefully crafted illusion. She manipulated him into believing he was under constant surveillance and had no choice but to obey. She even installed tracking apps on his phone to reinforce the lie.
She did all this because he was cheating. She thinking, oh, I'm gonna do this, and this is gonna stop you from cheating. That's crazy.
Occasionally using Bulgarian words and dark web references to make it seem real. In the week leading up to the murder, she sent multiple threats to Zoraida and Alberto, hoping to scare them away. But when that failed, she convinced Nathaniel that Zoraida was a mole and would kill him first if he didn't act. Through one of her fake accounts, she helped Nathaniel plan the murder, guiding him on avoiding cameras and staging the crime as a robbery. Nathaniel thought he was taking orders from a dangerous cartel. He never realized that the entire time he was only talking to Ermelinda. And in the end,
wild.
Police believe he died never knowing the truth.
There are messages from you, and it's because her husband found out you were having an affair.
That's wild, bruh. That's crazy, dog. I didn't expect the story to go like that. That's wild. Condolences, bruh.